For getting reliable, knowledgeable major news articles about Saudi Arabia, Middle East and around the world, subscribe our channel Star Tucson and don't forget to click on bell. Dubai's economy is melting like a glacier in the desert. Exactly on December 12, 2016, leading financial magazine predicting that Dubai is going to see its economic fall. Even gave the dates that it may happen by 2018. Here we are in 2018 and Dubai's economy has started to melt like an ice cone in a hot summer day near Jumeirah Beach. Let's examine how. Dubai is a city financially based on post-dated check. Means I owe you and will pay you later. Your checks are mostly to other businessmen who write checks to their creditors based on your post-dated checks. I owe you on top of I owe you multiplied by the umpteenth factor. No economy can develop and sustain on this principle. Simple as that. One businessman in the chain defaults, the entire chain is broken. The biggest of the companies can face a downturn and their checks can bounce. And the strangest thing is that if your check bounces, you are not given a chance to even negotiate the payment with a little more time. A complaint is lodged and the businessman arrested. Or to avoid the arrest, the businessman flees Dubai, leaving the entire business to collapse and not a single chance of recovery for the receivers of the checks. From January 2018 to the end of May 2018, 26 billion dirhams worth of checks have been bounced. 1.2 million checks in total. 40% is not an amount to be taken lightly, neither is the number of checks that is 1.2 million nor the amount of 26 billion dirhams, that's $7 billion in just 6 months of 2018. In the coming months of 2018 from July to December, this can become the trigger for a disaster in the making to be dealt by the authorities with no recourse. And the reason I said no recourse is because you need to see by researching other related clues in order to establish if the people who have written the checks are still in Dubai or most of them have fled the city. You need to look at two things if you want to do related research to establish the above point, if the people have fled Dubai or not. First, if their phone's connections are cancelled. And second, if they have fled with their families. Best thing to look at to see the second part is to see as to how many children have been withdrawn from their schools. Let's look at the biggest phone carrier of Dubai, Etisalat, and its data. 32,000 phone connections were cancelled between March and April of 2018. Just in 38 days in total. 28,000 children were withdrawn from schools without registering themselves for the end of summer sessions. Meaning those families did not plan to come back. I wish it ended here. I wish the signs were not as obvious. But they are. Dubai property that used to be sold at 2,300 dirhams per square foot is selling at less than 600 dirhams per square foot. Or in simple words, it's selling at 25% of its value. Gold Souk has empty stores for the first time in 35 years. You could not find a single empty store to rent or buy earlier. Arabian Center, Sunset Mall and Al Ghurair have stores shutting down every week. Emirates Towers with the most chic restaurants is witnessing a closure upon closure of restaurants. Hotels have cut their average price to 30% of what they used to charge. In last month alone, 18 hotels shut down, including Savoy, Ramada, Richmond, Crest, Jarmond, and the list goes on. Lamsi Plaza, one of the busiest malls, had a fire and was supposed to be opened in August 2017 and it's still closed down. Burjuman and Wafi Mall have the highest vacancy rates of shops. The list can go on, and I can pin down more signs of an economic meltdown than you can read. A branch capital's collapse is a nail in the financial system coffin of Dubai. The biggest confidence eroding incident ever to have taken place in the history of Dubai's financial system. The point is not to sit and laugh at what has happened. That is cruel and arrogant. Livelihoods have been lost and families have been ruined. The point is for other counties in the GCC to stop this post-dated check-based economic model immediately before they face the same fate. And for the businessman, the lesson is to develop a sustainable business model where your freedom is not hinged upon one bounced check. Because anybody's checks can bounce unintentionally and based on unforeseen circumstances. With the OECD restrictions, anti-money laundering initiatives around the world. Fat for watching. counterterrorism financing watchdogs sifting through every transaction. The biggest appeal of Dubai will be dead as well. The appeal of having unquestioned transactions for the world's corruptly earned funds. This is a bad cycle that Dubai's going through, and in my humble opinion we have yet to see its bottom. What is happening right now is only a glimpse of what is yet to come. With media censorship and controlled release of any and all news, you will not even hear these stories in Dubai. Unless you want to be a journalist who loves gel food. For getting reliable, knowledgeable major news articles about Saudi Arabia, Middle East and around the world, subscribe our channel Star Tucson and don't forget to click on bell. It's free. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe our channel Star Tucson for future video and make sure to click on bell too.